And the wait is over. The 2025 Topps Chrome UFC checklist has dropped, and it's stacked, boys. It's stacked. We got rookies, first autos, new inserts. We're going to cover all of that and check out some of the leaked images I could find. Let's do it. All right, so we finally have some info with 25 Chrome. We got a release date, June 27th. End of this month, supposedly June 27th, we will have 2025 Topps Chrome. Price tag, it was $189.99 and sold out. Sold out, dude. Every single thing sold out. And relatively quick as well, if I might add. But we got a little bit of product information here. 8 cards per pack, 12 packs per box, 12 boxes per case for the hobby. Mega box, a little bit different. Going to be X-Fractor parallels. You know, you got the mega case, got the value box, going to be Sepia parallels for this year. In the hobby box, we have a little bit of product information. We get 2 autos, we get 4 numbered parallels, and 20 base refractors. That is a lot of base refractors. There are a lot of unnumbered parallels in this product. I'm not going to cover any of that. I'm going to do another video for the parallels and the odds because we do not have the odds yet either. But potentially we have six big hits in the hobby case or the hobby box. We got the 2 autos and the 4 numbered parallels. So if we take $189.99, divide that by 6, that's about $31.66 per hit. That would be about $31.66 per hit with the 2 autos and the 4 numbered parallels. Now, that's not great. Like ideally, I'd kind of like that to be around like 25. I think if that number can get down to 25, I think that any product is going to be a pretty good value. It would probably be a perfect spot for, you know, this box and this level of product. But to be fair, $189.99 isn't perfect, but it's much better than the 300 Prism from 2 years ago. And also, it's much better than the 219 from last year. So it's about $30 cheaper than last year. If we can continue to kind of trend this way, get a little bit cheaper, get closer to that $25 per guaranteed hit price point, I think we're going to be in a good spot. And first, let's talk about the base cards. Let's talk about the base set before we move into any of the rookies, any of the first autos, any of the images. We have a 200 card base set with 25 Topps Chrome. 52 out of the 200 fighters in this checklist are rookies. So that's a 26% rookie hit rate for the base set. Not too bad, man. And as we're going to talk about in a little bit, this rookie class is stacked. I'm pretty excited for this. There are, you know, a handful of people that are going to be big chases, but a lot of these people are kind of in the mid-range, or just starting out mid-range, and they have, you know, a decent chance to actually do something really positive and kind of push through that middle of the area. So I'm excited for this. Pretty deep class. Some really fun names at the top. But back to the base set, print run and parallel. 200, you know, not necessarily bad. It's similar to 24 Chrome. It's going to feel about the same. There are kind of 2 things going on here with the base card. There's the base card 1 and the base card 2 frozen fractor variation. So let me pull up those real quick. So we have the base card here. This is going to be the normal base card. And then we have the frozen fractor. Now, this is baseball, guys. Obviously, this is baseball. You can tell. But this is what I think it'll kind of be the vibe of. This is from last year's baseball. And kind of they did a negative on the numbering. So I believe this is going to be 5 and below. But so it'll be like negative whatever. I think it's kind of interesting. It's something different. Now, I don't necessarily love that, you know, it's kind of just more parallels, right? Just another parallel for them to add. Overprinting continues to hurt supply and demand. But as far as the design goes, in the concept, I do kind of like it. I think it is kind of fun. Now we'll see how people react to this. If they like these, if they think it's dumb, who knows? But just as far as the overall look goes, I think both the base card, pretty clean, pretty simple, kind of what you'd expect. And then this, you know, depending on the color scheme that they go for in the design, it could be kind of a fun hit as well. And a quick overview of the inserts. There are a lot of inserts in this product, man. The retail box will have a few of its own inserts, just like 2025. In total, there were 24 different inserts in this product in 2025. Now, for reference, there were 22 inserts in 2024 as well. So a slight increase. That's about an 8% increase in inserts. you know, not that different in my opinion. It is more, but it will probably feel about the same. I don't know if we're going to be able to notice, you know, only two more cards of inserts as a difference. But if you thought there were too many designs and inserts in last year's Mega, Hobby, and retail product, then get ready, because it's that, and it might even be, you know, feel like a little bit more. So definitely something to think about. All right, let's talk about some rookies. Let's talk about some first autos. That's what everybody loves about, you know, the first release product for the year. We get all the true rookies and all of the first autos. So let's check it out. And when I do this, I go shout out to my man Henry over at MMA Rookies. I always check his as well. So I look at the Topps checklist, go through that. Then I go over to Henry, check out what he's got for us. He's got his own checklist, with all of them here. You can go back in the archives. What I like about his, though, is he makes it really easy for us to read. So I'm going to use that, and shout out to MMA Rookies. Go donate if you guys use that. And let's just look through some of these names, right? So we've got a lot of rookies here. Cedricus Dumas, Bokaskis, Vinicius Oliveira. That's a good name. I like to see that. But we got both Bonfim brothers. Like to see that. They could potentially do something. They're still young. Claudio Ribeiro, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Carl Williams, Carlos Prates. Like to see that. Everybody knows what he's about. Vitor Petrino, kind of an interesting prospect. A year or two ago, he fought Anthony Smith. Had a lot of trouble there. Naimov, Trey Waters, Chris Duncan, Gene Matsumoto. We got Gene Silva. Everybody loves Gene Silva and is excited for him. Victor Henry, Steve Urseg. It's funny when we get guys like Urseg, who was already in a title fight and he just now comes out as a rookie. Now, he's kind of been on a skid, but I always think it's funny when that type of stuff happens. Kopolov, only loss was to Fluffy Hernandez, so he's a solid guy. Charles Jourdain. Damien, if you're watching, they did it, dude. They did it for you, and he's in here, so you can finally get some of his cards. Ribovics, interesting prospect. Orobai, I like him. Jonathan Martinez, again, kind of a guy that's had a lot of success. It's finally getting a card. Nate the Train, Mariscal, Gaziev, Luana Santos, Weston Wilson, Eileen Perez, so people might be excited about that. Bogdan Guskov, Marcus McGee, another guy having a lot of good success. Do we see him break through? Rinya Nakamura, kind of an interesting guy. Bashara, interesting guy. Josh Van, painting the town red. Talk about taking advantage, of opportunities. He, as of today of filming this, he might be in a fight with Roy Vol on a big card after having a really good TKO performance in the third round. So, sky's the limit for people that are just really taking advantage of it. Well, we got Talbot too, Kazama, Sadikov, Kaya Sakura, Hyun Sung Park, Brito, Danny Barlow, Trevor Peak, RDR, really big prospect, I would say, after that last performance. Zell Hoover, young guy, Melissa Mullins, and Balato. So, probably 5 or 6 people that I would say are, high, big chase, high caliber. And I would say probably another, 8 to 9, maybe 10 that are, mid-range. You could roll the dice and potentially win out with some of these people. So, a really interesting rookie class, in my opinion. And let's go down. Henry's got more for us, dude. He's broken it down to even first autos, which is awesome. And we actually have some people on here that are not rookies. You know how it is. Sometimes it takes a couple years for people to get their first auto out. And we have some of those in here. So we've got Mirzakhanov. He's been around for a while. Romanov, a couple years as well. Basharat, Batista. Renat's been around a couple years. Cortez, first auto. Dalby, Ludovic Klein. Mateusz Rebecki, Tim Elliott, Thiago Moises. So some of these people have been around for a while. Eileen Perez, Duncan, Jourdain, Prates, Danny Barlow, so Huber. A lot of these people have first autos in this, that this is their rookie class, because there is an entire section that we'll look at in a second of just rookie autos. Bonfim, Hyosung Park, Brito, Martinez, Van, Kaya Sakura, McGee, Orobai, Landwehr, Peyton Talbot, Kopolov, Nakamura, DeRieder, Urseg, Trevor Peak, Vinicius Oliveira, Vitor Petrino. So a ton of people there. Definitely go through this on your own. Take a look at it. Check it out. Figure out if you are going to chase who you want to chase, and kind of start planning that right now. Okay, so now we'll talk about 5 rookies that I chose. And if you want me to do a more extended video, this is a big rookie class with a lot of names. I could do a bigger video of this, but I just wanted to choose 5 and kind of tell you the amount of cards that they have and what cards they are going to be in. So we'll start with Gene Silva. He's going to be in the base card, base Frozen Fractor variation, the Helix insert, and the Sapphire Collection insert. And my question, dude, where is the Chrome Rookie Auto? So I got this pick right here. I got the proof, man. To me, this looks like a Chrome Auto. He's a rookie. Where's it at, dude? Is it a conspiracy theory? Conspiracy Town. Where is the Gene Silva? And this is a fun pick, a fun image too. I really was hoping that this was going to be in here because I like the vertical. I like the image. He's got the Fighting Nerds glasses on. I thought this was going to be in here. Where's the Chrome Rookie Auto, dude? He's not on the list. Is he in the product? So I am very interested to see if something happened. They didn't get these signed. They never got sent back, whatever the issue was. But we have a picture of him potentially signing these, and they're not in this product. So something to keep an eye out there. Number 2, we got Rene De Ritter RDR. He's in the base card. He's in the Frozen Fractor. He is in the Chrome Rookie Auto, so his first auto will be in that, and he is in the Infinite. Next up, Carlos Prates. We've got the base. We got the Frozen Fractor base. He's in the Helix, and he's in the Sapphire Collection, and he is in the Chrome Rookie Auto. Who's going to get that foot auto 1 of 1? That story went out there of him signing, and he had a side card just like laying on his foot as he was signing thousands of cards. The foot auto 1 of 1. We got to figure out what parallel that was, and that'd be some fun, a fun storyline behind that card. And of the 5 that I'm talking about today, this guy has the most cards in 25 Topps Chrome. It is Peyton Talbot. He's in the base card. He's in the Frozen Fractor base card. Mission Control, Titans, Youthquake, Helix, Radiating Rookies, Infinite, and he has a first auto in the Chrome Rookie Autos. And lastly, we got Joshua Van. He is in the base card, Frozen Fractor base, Radiating Rookie, and the Chrome Rookie Auto. He's, going to probably be a really big chase if he can end up beating Brandon Raw Dog Royval. And I think that's at right around the release date of Topps Chrome. So if he wins that, he might be him and Gene Silva might be like the chase of the year. And something to note, no Mauricio Ruffi in this product. It seemed confirmed that he would be in the 2025 class. So I am very certain that he will appear in another product this year, but he is not in this product. There are a couple more rookies that are impressive, of course, like I talked about earlier. But for the length of this video, I'm just going to list these 5 and move on. If you want me to make a separate video doing more of a deep dive of the rookie class, leave that in the comments below. But 40 of the 52 rookies that are listed in this checklist have autos in this product with the Chrome Rookie Autos. That means that, a lot of these people are going to have the Chrome on-card first auto, which to me is kind of a big deal. These autos are going to be most likely the most sought after for the rookie year of all the rookie fighters. It's the first auto. We know that the Chrome fit and finish is solid. We know that the brand does well over time. So I think that it would be safe to say that like these rookie autos in this product will probably be one of the ones to target for, long-term holds and will probably sustain value over time. Okay, now let's look at this checklist. It is a pretty monstrous checklist, so definitely do this on your own. We got 200 base cards. We also got like I said, 24 inserts and all of the autos. So if you're gonna be trying to make some buys from this product, definitely take a look at this before you get into breaks and all that sort of stuff. Make sure that the people are in what you want them to be in, and let's go over to the checklist. I don't even want to cover the base checklist, to be honest. It's pretty much exactly what you would say. We already hit all of the rookies. If there's a specific vet or somebody that you want to check out, go check that out on your own. We do have the tail of the tape insert back. There was no leak that I could find, but we do have the tail of the tape. Pantoja, Jabal Hill, Costa, no rookies to be said. I mean, we do have a couple names that personally I wouldn't want to hit. But if you liked last year, it'll probably be somewhat similar, I would imagine. Again, no leaks. It is a 30 card set, so a little bit bigger as far as the checklist. And next up, the 1955 Topps. We've got, a bunch of vets in the game. No rookies in this again. We have what looks to be around mid-20s in the checklist here. Got some decent names. Again, some names that you might not want to hit, but about what you would expect. And then we have the 1955 image here. So this is what I could find for the 1955. It's basically a throwback image, right? Going to probably be pretty old school. You'll probably have the fighter's face on the side with some type of stock image. I am curious to see if they keep it with the color scheme, because I think that would be cool with these colors and maybe try and age the photos a little bit. But the 1955, that's what we got. And Mission Control, no leaked image from that. But we got, we kind of got the Midnight with some space theme. Some people like it, some people hate it. Are we going to get a rocket ship on this card? That's what I want to know. We got a DP, Rashad Evans, Urseg. So we do have a couple rookies here. We have Talbot as well. Liddell, Cobb, O'Malley, Rodriguez, Young, Cejudo. Not bad. We got Ty Brewer in here. Wouldn't necessarily want to pull him. Forrest Griffin, I don't really want any more of his cards at this point, but not the worst. A little bit shorter of a checklist there. Only 20 names, so that's good to see. Next up, we got the Titans, and I think this is the image from the Titans. I was not sure. I don't know what this is called. I was looking through the different checklists and the names, and I was like, I couldn't necessarily find out what this one would be just from the context clues of the design on the card. Now, to me, this looks a lot like a downtown, right? And I will say, this is 100 times better artwork and design than the downtown. Like, this is what a downtown should look like. It looks realism. The Photoshop design is good. There's some depth in this design. It was ridiculous to me how bad the downtowns were in that debut with them. It was just such a lazy Photoshop job. So at least I'm happy that this, whatever this is, if it is a Titan, is done a little bit better in my opinion. And let's check out some of these names here. So this is a little bit shorter of a checklist, and we do have Talbot again in this. I would think this is going to be somewhat rare just from the checklist only being 15. We got Grasso, McGregor, Holloway, Umar, Taporia, Gaethje, Talbot, Duplessis, Shavkat, Potan, Adesanya, Dustin Poirier, Kayla Harrison, Zhang Weili, and Pantoja. That is a good checklist, and that is definitely something that you could complete, and I'd be happy with getting pretty much all of those cards. So I'm curious to see what the rarity of these is. 15 card checklist, not bad there. And these split decisions. Couldn't find a leaked image from this. I would assume maybe we have somebody with their arm raised design-wise. That's kind of, what I would assume. We got a lot of vets in here, so definitely going to be vet heavy, Hall of Fame heavy. GSP, Silva, Edgar, Aldo, Sonnen, Bisbing, the Boat, Tony Ferg, the Eagle, McGregor, Volkanovski, Silva, John Jones, Chael Sonnen, Sean Strickland, Islam, Habib, O'Malley, Taporia, Boers, Shavkat, Weili, Grasso, RDA, McGregor, Potan, Aspinall, GSP, Habib. Oh, Habib's in here 1, 2, 3. Why is Habib in here 3 times? Rashad Evans, Shogun Hua. What am I missing, guys? Oh, okay. So is this? This must be okay. So this is a partner card. This is going to be paired up. So all these names are going to be paired up. I see it now. 1, 1, 2, 2. And Habib's in here with three different people, which is funny. But yeah, it could be interesting. We'll see what they do. Most of the time, when it is 2 people on a card, it's going to be horizontal, right? I don't know about the concept here, but personally, I don't necessarily love whenever we have 2 people side by side on a card. But hopefully, they have a really nice design here. Again, no leaked images. And next up, we got the representing. Now, I don't know if this is right. But I think this is the representing design? Now, Dustin Poirier is not in this checklist, so it's 100% speculation. But I don't know what other card this would be just off of context clues and names. So I'm going to guess that maybe this is the representing. We've got choose your athlete here. So the athlete's representing you. To me, that makes sense. Does that make sense to y'all? We got Luque, Dvalishvili, Esparza, Sean Brady, Manel Cobb, Charles Oliveira, Molly McCann, Volkov, Jan, Hooker, Burns, Delize, Kevin Holland, BSD, Renato Moicano, Sarukin, Michael Page, Bobby Knuckles, and Tai Tuivasa. Again, Dustin Poirier is not on that list. So is it a guess? Is it fake? Now, there's no 19, so he could be there. Again, all speculation. I don't know what that card image represents, but we do have the representing checklist there. And Fists of Fury, no rookies in this, man. No rookies. Pereira, Taporia, Grasso, Holloway, JDM, Galvin Cater, Adesanya, Andrade, Nunez, Sergey. A couple names in here that I personally wouldn't really want, if I'm being honest. Adrian Yanez, haven't seen him in a while. That's interesting. Cody Garbrandt. So, not the greatest checklist. 25, a little bit big. Would be hard to complete if you're trying to complete a set. But I did like the Fists of Fury from last year, so I'll be interested to see that design this year. And the Youthquake, I completed this set from 2024. I would imagine it's going to be similar in 2025. We got Petrino, Urseg, Macy Barber, Magomedov, BSD, Roman Kopolov, Yasmin Haragwe, Diego Lopez, Peyton Talbot, and Mano Cop. So we got 4 rookies here. Some decent names. We'll see what people think of Macy Barber after that. The back out during the walkout was crazy, dude. Very, very weird scenario there. I'd be interested to see how public opinion changes on her after that. Even though, potentially she had a seizure, which obviously, is not necessarily something she can control. Yasmin Haragwe, man, last time I saw her fight, she kind of got worked. So not necessarily maybe as good as the Youthquake class of last year, but still some interesting names here and a couple rookies. The hidden gems. We got hidden gems here, and we got Bo Nickel on here, dude. Just the Bo Nickel. They love to put him on every single card. We got Grasso, Makhachev, Topuria, Pereira, and then we got Bo Nickel. Kind of a little contrast there between some of those names and Bo Nickel. But hidden gems, only a 5-card set, gonna be extremely rare. It was one of the most rare cards that we got from the entire calendar year of products. So I would imagine that's going to be the same with this product and with this hidden gems. Moving on down, we got Let's Go, Diego Lopez, Colby Covington, Bo, Volkanovski, Mavzar, Charles Oliveira, Ankalaev, Ian Gary, Shavkat, Suarez, Pantoja, Raul Rosas, Juliana Pena, Michael Page, and Tom Aspinall. Only a 15-card set. I did like this design from last year, so we'll see what they do with some of the images. Almost all the images last year were action shots, so hopefully they can continue that. Pretty decent checklist, only 15 cards. And back by popular demand, we have the Kings and Queens. People went crazy for this last year, and I understand. It was a really good design, really clean cards. We'll see how much they differ here, because I would imagine if you're going with the playing card look, there's only so much you can do design-wise, and you do want to keep it somewhat simplistic. But we got Shara, Pena, Raul Rosas, Holloway, Shavkat, Ilya, Gaethje, Rose, Pereira, Tom Aspinall, JJ, Sean O'Malley, Bo Nickel, Kayla Harrison, BSD, Dustin Poirier, Stipe, Macy Barber, Diego Lopez, and Steve Urseg, the lone rookie in this set. 20 cards. I kind of wish they would lower this down to like 15 and maybe 10, 15 and below, because this is a set that I really like. But whenever you're getting into the 20s, there's usually, me personally, there's always 1 or 2 names I don't necessarily love that are in the set. But the people loved them last year. They sold like hotcakes that first, couple months that they came out. I saw some people with some completed sets that looked really good altogether. So that's the Kings and Queens. And next up, the Helix. And we got a bunch of rookies in this. We got 3 rookies. We got Lopez, Bo Nickel, Zhang Weili, McGregor, Sean O'Malley, Max Holloway, Dustin Poirier, Amanda Nunez, Izzy, Carlos Prates, rookie, Potan, Kayla Harrison, Gene Silva, rookie, Habib, Ilya Topuria, Peyton Talbot, rookie, Charles Oliveira, Sean Strickland, Islam, and Alexa Grasso with the Helix. And let me find it. I think this is the Helix. So this is on Topps Chrome. They have like the little poster banner or whatever. And this looks like a helical design here to me. It looks helical. And I would imagine that that's the Helix. We got Kayla Harrison on there. She was in the checklist. And kind of a little bit maybe color blasty if you like those. It is a horizontal design, depending on if you like those. If you don't like those, this might be, a fun checklist for you to complete. Those names are pretty good. And we got 3 rookies in here, which always, if you're trying to complete a set, that always is going to boost the value of the set. But yeah, we got the Helix. We're getting DNA in 2025 Topps Chrome. We're getting Bill Nye Science Guy, dude. And radiating rookies. It is all rookies, dude. Check it out. All rookies. Brito, Bonfim, Christian Duncan, Morgan Charrier, I'm guessing, Eileen Perez, Petrino, Urseg, Almabayev, Josh Van, Nakamura, Kopolov, Matsumoto, Waldo Cortez Acosta, Peyton Talbot, and Daniel Zellhuber. And this is going to be the radiating rookies. So this is MLB, but I would imagine it's going to be very similar to this. We also have an NFL, which looks basically the exact same, right? So this is probably what we're going to get here. Maybe we get an action image with some gamma radiation radiating off of the rookies. I do like the little, I guess this would be some type of atomic electron pattern. I forget exactly what they're called from chemistry class. But interesting design, dude, and we know it's all rookies, man, all rookies. So if you like this list, this is gonna be, potentially a fun one to complete, because it is rookies all the way up and down. Radiating rookies, that's what we got. And we're still in inserts, man. That's how many inserts are in this product. We got the big ticket. And Makhachev, Namajunas, Strickland, Jones, Holloway, O'Malley, Silva, Habib, Yuri. Yuri has not been in this product a lot, surprisingly. Blanchfield, McGregor, Potan, Poirier, Grasso, Adesanya, Whaley, Bo Nickel, Topuria, GSP, Valentina, Jamal Hill, Volkanovski, JJ, Sterling, Oliveira, Dvalishvili, Robert Whitaker, Umar, Michael Chandler, Tom Aspinall. Pretty, for 30 names, that is pretty solid. Almost every single person in this has been a champ except Blanchfield. I guess Poirier, fought for a title but didn't get it. Let's see. Bo Nickel, Umar, Michael Chandler. Dude, that is a pretty solid as far as championships go. I mean, 30 names and almost all of them have won a ship, but a really big checklist again, dude. 30 names, that's tough. Allen and Ginter, one of the better designs from last year in my opinion. I believe it was in the retail product. So again, all of these are not going to be in the hobby. You can look that up. They're going to be spread among Mega, hobby, and retail. A lot of these inserts are going to be Blaster exclusive. So Allen and Ginter, Magomed Ankalaev, Evans, Barber, Alan Bekoff, Pena, Tate, Rachmanov, Ian Gary, Manafuro, Roy Vol, Loyev, Tabitha Ricci, Amir Albazi, Paulo Costa, Joe Pfeiffer, Sean Strickland, Shogun Hua, Jamal, Shalton, Almeida, Malhadinho, Rodriguez, Ortega, Ortiz, Gaethje, Namajunas, Makhachev, Poirier, and Borjalo. 30 card set, absolutely massive. Gonna be tough to complete, but I would imagine that again, Allen and Ginter will be in the retail blaster like it was last year. Fired up: Habib, Myra Bueno, Alexander Pantoja, Joe Pfeiffer, Michael Page, Sarukian, Stephen Thompson, Diego Lopez, Sergey Pavlovich, Daniel Cormier, Robert Whitaker, Marab, Sonnen, Evloyev, Umar, John Jones, Cejudo, Tyra. Tyra hasn't been in a lot of these either, which is interesting. Bilal Muhammad, Colby Covington, Tabitha Ricci, Kevin Holland, Holloway, Jim Miller. 25 fired up. And I thought that the fired up was okay from last year, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with this year. I believe it was in the retail last year? So yeah, who knows? Ooh, this is a lot of talking, man. I'm running out of steam. Top of the class. And this is another good checklist. Every single person on here has been a champion. So this would be, a cool one that will probably age well. We got Pennington. Actually, no, Curtis Blades has not been a champion. But every single person except Curtis Blades, I believe, just from glancing at this real quickly, has been a champion. So pretty good checklist there with top of the class. Plexus. I could not find, again, a lot of these actually from this year, we could not find leaks of. Plexus, I don't know what that is. John Jones, Harrison Oliveira, Grasso, O'Malley, Hamzat, Sean Strickland. Another good checklist there, and 15, so that's a little bit more approachable, a little bit easier to finish. Dare to be great. Interested to see what they do on that. Anderson Silva, JJ, Liddell, Nunez, DDP, Ilya Topuria, Jan, Pennington, McGregor, Israel Adesanya. And we got AKAs again. And I'm going to read the AKA. We got Remember the Name, Boars, The Highlight, Venom, Karkara, The Future, Chaos, Rocky, The Prince, The Beast, Razor, El Nino Problema, Funkmaster, Numansa, and The Natural. On the AKAs, a lot of people liked these last year, so we'll see what the people say about them this year. Always cool to have the alias or alter ego, also known as on the card. I think that adds to it, especially when you're talking about the fight game. So let's see what those look like in the future. And 15 card, not too bad. I bet we'll see some people complete some sets of those. Tailor made, we got Caio Borjalo, Usman, Volkanovski, Adesanya, Covington, Paul Craig, Pereira, King Green, O'Malley, and McGregor. And we finally have another card to look at. After all of those, we do have a Berserker here. Let's check it out. I think it's this one. Yep. Here's the Berserker. We got Berserker. I hate this design. I hate this. Berserker. Why? I don't get why you would do it this way. And I also don't like, I don't like any about the lettering on this side or the UFC. Everything from here, I like the Chrome logo. Everything from here over, I do not like. We got a stock image of Pereira. I definitely will not be collecting this set. And we got Grasso, O'Malley, Hamzat, Bo Nickel, Rachmanov, Leon Edwards, Conor McGregor, Sean Strickland, John Jones. So actually a pretty good checklist there. Solid checklist. I mean, we got Bo in here, but Besides that, everyone else is, pretty solid in a champ except Boars, but top of the heap. We got another leak, dude. We got another leak, and it is the Sapphire selections. And I was able to find a NFL, and this looks a lot like Hidden Gems to me. So I'm interested to see how they differentiate Hidden Gems with Sapphire selections besides just lettering. But it is pretty gaudy. It's probably going to look pretty good, especially if they can put some shine into this design. So I am excited to see those. We got Makhachev, Holloway, Vinicius Oliveira, and we also have 3 rookies, so that's good. Zhang Weili, Tom Aspinall, Gene Silva, Shevchenko, DDP, Kayla Harrison, Alex Pereira, Connor, Davalishvili, Prates. Okay, so we have 3 pretty good rookies in this, Ilya Taporia and Habib, 15-card set. I think this one's probably going to be pretty rare. I would imagine that they're going to, put that into maybe multiple case hit status. A little bit tougher to get just because of the look. Now, who knows what it'll be. We don't have the odds yet, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. And the Infinite, again, we got a decent amount of rookies. We got 3 out of 15 of these fighters are rookies. Diego Lopez, Bo Nickel, Adesanya, Peyton Talbot, Michael Page, RDR, Oliveira, John Jones, Shavkat, Boers, Pantoja, Dustin Poirier, Kai Asakura, Paddy Pimblett, and Sean O'Malley on the Infinite. And this is what it looked like with Curry in the NBA. I would imagine it's going to be similar. Probably have some good shine to it. We got the infinity symbol there. Hopefully it's a good action shot. Could be a little classy design, could be classy. Now it probably is going to be horizontal like this. So if you like those, maybe you're going to really like these as well. But that is the Infinite Sapphire. Now it is Sapphire, so I don't know if that's going to be, exactly the same. But to me, when I was looking up the Infinite different designs, all of them basically had this 8 with some type of action shot or pose. All right, Octagon Legends, Nunez, Overeem, Silva, Volkanovski, Buffer, Pan, Liddell, Oliveira, Cormier, Cerrone, Fry, Poirier, Griffin, GSP, Teixeira, Aldo, JJ, Habib, Michael Bisping, and Royce Gracie. Pretty big little stack there. So for the autos, there were a couple that I didn't know what they were. Octagon autographs. I'm not sure if this is the one that we just listed or not, but that is kind of a cool looking card. And again, all these are on card autos, so definitely as far as the autos go, I think this is going to be a fun one, especially with the amount of rookie autos that we have. Future stars, Albazi, Gizraev, Mirzakhanov, and this is Mirzakhanov's first auto, Alex Perez, Romanov, Saryukian, Bo Nickel, Chase Hooper, Diego Lopez, Ikram, Basharat, Kyler Phillips, Lerone Murphy, Mario Bautista, Miranda Maverick, Macy Barber, Michael Morales, Renat Fakhretdinov, his first auto, I believe, as well. Shara, Pavlovich, Tracy Cortez, her first auto, and Ulanbekov. And we know that, let me find it. This is the Future Stars auto. Very similar to last year. A little bit different, but kind of the same vibe. And you got that. Again, on card. Probably going to be a pretty good looking card in my opinion. I kind of like these designs. It is a static kind of pose image, but the coloring, and I like this lettering here too. It reminds me of just like old school, almost like ABA, like some type of old school basketball type of font. But that is the Future Stars. And UFC signatures: Arnold Allen, Aljo, Bobby Green, High Stand, Curtis Blade, Chelsea Chandler, Cameron Simon, Fernando Padilla, Greg Rodriguez, Jack Jenkins, Izzy, Jasudavicius, Sermonara, Boers, Chandler, Dern, Kopp, McCann, Vera, Da Silva, Dalby, Paddy Pimblett, Rose, Shavkat, Tony, Karimbo, Suarez, Tuivasa, Umar, Shevchenko, Hargway, and Yadong Song. UFC signatures. Let's see, where was that? That was right here. So this is the UFC signature. So these are all going to be horizontal. We got some lights. We got some octagon. We got some different coloring here. Pretty, I want to say very meh. I think of a lot of the autos, I don't think I would want to hit this one. For not only from the checklist, there's a lot of names that I wouldn't want, but also just from the design. I don't think this is one of the better autos in this product. Chrome Vet Auto. I wasn't sure which one that is, so we're not going to show it. But we got Angie Hill, Da Silva, Menefield, Pantoja, Hebas, Yanez, Muniz, Muhammad, Casey O'Neill, Barboza, Blanchfield. Is Blanchfield a vet? Is Machado a vet? Is Buckley a vet? I don't know about that. Jeff Molina, I think he's not even in the UFC anymore. Kayla Harrison, she's the champ now, so I guess she's a vet, but she's only had, 3-4 fights within like a year or two. Caitlin Vieira, Ludovic Klein, Michelle Pereira, Michael Davis, Marab, MVP, same thing. He's only got like 2 or 3 fights. Randy Brown, Rosas, Ricky Simone, Sean Brady, Stipe, Sedge, John Strickland, Sean Woodson, Tom Aspinall, Tim Elliott, and Thiago Moises. Chrome rookie auto. Okay, we got the Chrome rookie autos here, y'all, and this is a lot of first autos in this product. A lot of first autos in this product. Now, I think that boosts the value of this. Now, I cannot remember how many rookie autos we had in the last product, but I know for certain it wasn't this many. And because of this rookie class being somewhat stacked, I think it definitely, you know, boosts the floor of this product, in my opinion. The chance to get some of these names that are going to be big chases is going to boost the floor, in my opinion. Let's check out who it is. Eileen Perez, Christian Duncan, Charles Jourdain, Mariscal, Carlos Prates, Danny Barlow, Daniel Marcos, Zell Huber, Ribovic, Basharat, Bonfim, Park, Brito, Jonathan Martinez, Matsumoto, Josh Van, Kaya Sakara, Luana Santos, Mullins, McGee, who is streaking, has a fight coming up, Naimov, Orobai, Bakaskis, Aliev, Nathan Train, Sajikov, Peyton Talbot, Bellado, Kopolov, Nakamura, De Reeder, Urseg, Gaziev, Kazama, Peak, Trey Waters, Victor Henry, Vinicius Oliveira, Petrino, Weston Wilson, and Waldo's Cortez Acosta. So, I mean, that's probably 10 people that I would be pretty happy to hit a rookie auto. And I'd say maybe a handful of people that I'd be like, okay, that's not bad. They have a potential to do something in the future. A lot of young talent in this rookie class, and a lot of people that are really streaking as well. And, you know, that could do something really special with, I would say soon, within like the next year and a half, 2 years. I think some of these names could really be in the upper echelon and making a name for themselves. But again, where is Gene Silva? We showed it at the beginning. He had an auto, potentially had an auto that was leaked. It's not in here, dude. So is he missing? Is this an error? I would not put it past it to be a checklist error. So keep an eye on that for sure. All right, and mark of a champion. Short checklist here. Grasso, Pereira, DDP, Islam, Topuria, Leon Edwards, Max Holloway, Pennington, Sean O'Malley, and Zhang Wei Li. And I like this checklist. And I like this card as well. Here's the card. I think this looks good, man. I like the crazy refraction. Pretty simple. I like the black and white image. On-card auto. A lot of colors. I think this is going to be a good card. And I would be not only happy because that's a pretty decent checklist, but I'd also be happy just because this card looks good. So hopefully maybe we can hit one of these. You know, as far as looks go, probably one of my more favorite autos in this product. And lastly, the Chrome Veteran Auto Variation Sapphire. Interesting title there. I guess we have 2 versions of the Chrome Vet Auto. This is going to be the Sapphire. Grasso, Pereira, Soyukian, Volkanovski, Charles Oliveira, DDP, Diego Lopez, Adesanya, Islam, Topuria, Hamzat, Holloway, Pimblett, Rose, Magomedov, Sean O'Malley, Shavkat, Tyra, Shevchenko, and Zhang Wei Li. Is Tyra a vet? Again, I would say, is Shara a vet? I don't know about that either. Some of the categorization of some of these fighters is pretty interesting to me, but it is what it is. Again, a variation Sapphire. They're just trying to overprint with this, man. That's, again, just supply and demand. And lastly, 2024 UFC Chrome Buyback Autograph. Alex Pereira. Is this a typo? Why does it say 2024? I don't have much experience with the buyback programs. Now, I did actually use a couple of the base cards last year in order to get some supplies from a local card shop. So that was fun. And hopefully, you know, we can get some of that fun back again. But the 2024 Chrome Auto buyback, how much are they paying? I'm not sure. I haven't seen any details on that. Also, in auto, I would think they're going to have to pay pretty well. Like, the base cards to me made a lot of sense. In the comments below, if you have more information, if you understand that a little bit more, put that down in the comments for everybody to see. Woo! Well, that was an insane video. That was super long. Thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. Hopefully you got some good stuff out of that. Got to see some of the leaks, leaked images. We got to see, you know, some of the checklist. I will be doing a odds and parallel video, kind of talking about some of those things. And the odds in particular, I'm very interested in, especially for some of these inserts and the SSPs for the chases. How hard is it going to be? how much are some of these going to be worth based on the supply that's out there. I will do a video about that. If you enjoy UFC cards, you'll probably like my channel, so check out these videos over here and subscribe for more content just like this.